just look at it. I don't know what I was waiting for. I tell you, that Sync 3 8-pin module breaking was probably the best thing that ever happened. There's no loss. Everything that you got from the original screen, you just got bigger, better, with more features, more toys, less price. Literally, this thing is amazing. I love everything about this radio. I'm just loving this thing. This is the going rate for a new Sync 3 8-pin module, which is just this little black box which makes the radio work. So it's gonna get a new radio instead at half the price and double the size. So when you get in the truck, when you have a bad 8-pin module, it'll do a lot of weird stuff. Mine specifically has a distorted rear view image camera. Sometimes you get a black screen, sometimes it's not responsive, sometimes you can't adjust the volume, sometimes you can't turn it off, but you always get this annoying module message to update or do this or do that, and sometimes it just stays on there indefinitely. So you know what, I just said, I'm not spending $2,000 on this piece. I'm gonna get a new radio, so that's what's happening today. So in case you want to just see what the dealer showed me, and you get something like this, a bill or an estimate. Look at that. What? If you're watching this, I'm going to assume you have a Sync 3 with the in screen. This is what's going in there. So to get this old radio out, what you need to do is you need to have a pry tool. You have to pry this speaker up, which is just held in by pop clips. Once you see that, you're going to see that there's two 7mm in there. Then it's going to expose these two 7mm, which is going to allow you to pull this back, and then that's all clips which you'll replace from and take from this unit and install them onto the new unit so it can click back into place when you reinstall it. One more thing, if you have the B&O premium sound system, you're going to need the adapter to these Lynxwell stereos. That's for the amp turn on in the factory sub, if you didn't know. These two 7mm loosened up. Just pried this with my plastic pry tool upward, and you see right down there, there's one, there's two more 7mm. Those have to come out so you can pull this front fascia piece out towards yourself. Once you get this panel free and unclipped, you're gonna need to remove these two plugs, which is just squeeze these plugs like here and pull them out. These ones here, you have to basically just push them on to the inside of the plug and pull out at the same time. And those will come right out. Now you can take these clips and install them on the new unit. Prepare for wiring up the new kit. All 10 of my 7mm screws are out. I got 4 here, and I got 3 and 3, 6 and 4s, a total of 10. I'm just going to gently pull this straight out towards yourself. You're going to want to unplug everything that's behind there. Since every vehicle is different, my vehicle has a Rostra front camera, which I have to hardwire in there. And I'm going to connect that in parallel to these two, which are my left and right cameras. There's one of my side view mirror cameras that I added myself, because I don't have the 360, but I edit by myself, so to speak. I added the front, and I have the two there on the sides. So those are the ones I'm hardwiring. I'm also going to be taking advantage of the hardwired Sirius XM compatibility that these units now support. So in here is this one with the yellow plug. So I'm going to just basically take a little pair of snippers. I'm going to nibble off all this yellow plastic crap, and I'm going to put the SXV300, I'm going to stick it to the back of the dash, and I'm going to have direct XM. So here's that Sirius plug, basically with most of the plastic nibbled off, so I can just pull it right off of there. So with this plastic adapter from this factory SAT adapter, you see what you're left with, which is what the aftermarket SXV300 direct tuner plug looks like. So that male will go right into the female on the tuner. I'm gonna stick it right up on there, and of course on the radio there's the other data cable. Plug the two in. Now that that's sorted, I've got these two main plugs from the T-harnesses. The new Lynxwell plugs are going in this side, plus this blue USB that's in there. So basically I took all that and all those cables and I routed them all up to this top side. This unit goes in here with the new brackets. And you take that, I'm just gonna turn that, invert it, and you're gonna mount the two 7mm with these screws, one here, one there. Then you can finish it. Now once the B&O amplifier and radio portion of the connections are done, which is basically right there, it's just 3. Just the plug on the left side, the USB in the middle, and then the other connector over there on the right. You got those T-harnesses run out. Basically, you just got to run out your Wi-Fi antenna, cell antenna, All these auxiliary plugs, I leave them all connected because I'm going to do some custom wiring on mine, which is not applicable to everybody, so I'm not going to bore you with that. Over here, I've got my antenna adapter. I've got my 2 boxes for my B&O in there. I ran my 2 USBs down and over, so that's set to go. My microphone is prepared to run out to the top, which is going to get installed in the overhead console. And that's just about it, folks. There's the first power on screen. And once you're done with the wiring that I've done everything, of course, I'm going to tighten it all up and I'm going to make sure nothing's rattling and it's all nice and tight. Besides the microphone, of course, you want to remember these 2 plugs here for your auto start stop and your traction control for your top. And reinstall it backwards. Bottom first, top on, speaker grill, 4/7 mils, and that's it. I know what you must be thinking, this is a lot to look at, but I did want to say really quick that if anybody's doing what I'm about to do, I want to tell you how to do it. So I just got off the phone with Linkswell and they told me, front camera, you could tie this in to the power. It'll trigger 12 volts to your front cam, so that way on the cam screen you can watch your front camera whenever you want to do it. There's another one over here for your right, so when you hit the right directional, it'll click on your right camera onto the screen as well. Plus you have your rear view camera, so you can kind of like recreate your 360 system, so to speak, just with simple wiring like I did right here. On the video settings, you just have to turn it on. Be sure to check all your USBs, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. Make sure everything's working good. Make sure everything's clicked in. Make sure your auxiliary buttons up here are functioning properly. Once that's done, you can wrap it all up. That's it. Of course, I have my auxiliaries located down here in the glove box. Aside from that, now it's just time to play around with it and enjoy this thing. This is the fun part now. So there it is. There's a new radio installed in the truck. It's a whole lot better than that little Sync 3 8-inch screen, wouldn't you say? It's a lot to get used to, I have to say. Check back with me in a few months because it's going to take some time to get used to this monster. But it sure looks good. And it works perfectly. The AC, the seats, the heated seats, the settings. And it's just a lot. It's a toy. If you're into toys, I highly recommend it. Here's the final look of the Linkswell fully installed in the F-150. Just look at it. I don't know what I was waiting for. I tell you, that Sync 3 8-pin module breaking was probably the best thing that ever happened. There's no loss. Everything that you got from the original screen, you just got bigger, better, with more features, more toys, less price. Literally, this thing is amazing. I love everything about this radio. I'm just loving this thing. And the Sirius adapter is coming in later on today, and that's going to be directly installed, working with this, not just through the app, which is going to be hardwired. I'm just loving it. I mean, everything I ever wanted in a radio is here, and then some. So, good job, Linkswell. You make a good product, and I highly recommend this product to anybody looking to get something. What was I waiting for? Just check this out. This is insane. Just watching TV in the car. This tablet is amazing. I'm loving this thing. This thing is so wicked. I can't believe how great this thing is. I can't get over how cool this unit is. I love it.